people, you're listening to the A to Z. Everybody out there. You're listening to the
points to his head.
Yeah, everybody out there that I've conjured up in my head, and none of you exist. Welcome to the A to Z podcast today.
Good morning.
Good morning, barely. We're talking about, we have some alternate scenarios that we're going to talk about today. Just a little fun little ditty episode. And I believe Amber's going to go up first.
Yes, because we're your hosts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Amber.
And Zachary.
And Zachary.
That's Zachery. I don't think I've said that yet.
And don't put an A because he'll get really upset.
Or K. Read the emails. Read the emails. Names are right there. You know what? Actually, this is a public service announcement now. This is a PSA. To all of you who send emails and receive emails and all that jazz, if you see someone's name spelled a certain way, or if you try to, like, if you say, you know, whoever, dear blah, 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 just look at their name. Make sure it's spelled right. I just don't understand how so many people can go throughout their day misspelling people's names. It's literally right there. Anyways, okay, go ahead, Amber.
Okay, so today we're doing an experiment. This may go terribly, but we're presenting worlds, alternative realities, just for the sake of being silly and talking about them.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to call this segment, but I guess we'll come up with a name for it. And if you end up liking it, we can do it again.
Yeah.
If you hate it, we'll never do it again, and we'll burn the episode.
Oh. Yeah, we'll burn it onto a tape.
And then we'll burn it. Yeah. All right. So this first world is a world with no money, just names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just names. Oh, yeah. Okay.
In the world of names, it's not only who you know, but also who you are. Everyone has a last name. And to deny a person their parentage is to deny them an inheritance, a sense of belonging, and even confidence. Although you may also be sparing them from suffering under the weight of a dark family history. In this world of names, patriarchy is a thing of the past. The strongest name wins. The strength of the name is established first by numbers. More Monroes essentially is more money. Access and opportunity are made easier when someone shares your name or is familiar with your family. Think a Lannister always pays their debts. The more the family can align their name with a specific role in the community, the better their chances to barter successfully and limit competition. The carpenters are not the smiths. The bakers rely heavily on the millers. Thus, the name is the bond. It's a stamp of reliability in the book of communal relation. When a girl child is born, she is given the last name of whichever parent is more valuable, or both, if they're equally yoked. Sarah Meadows could have been Sarah Parker. The Parkers outnumber the Meadows 2-1, but in the previous generation, Roger Meadows was the biggest disc jockey in the tri-state area.
Yo.
Names are given by birth or marriage only. Changing your name or faking your name is a criminal offense. Names determine what schools you'll attend, what careers you can access, and who you can build a relationship with. Given this, are you living in this world?
No.
Why not?
Why would I? That sounds like, that just sounds, you know what? Because it is kind of reminiscent, because people used to have last names based off of like what they
People
did.
used to have last names.
Yeah, just in general, yeah. But based off what they did. You know, birdsong. We probably sang songs with birds back in the day, I would imagine. You know?
So?
Yeah. No, not really.
No.
But like, you know, people were smiths, bakers, like, and it came from like the occupation that they did, because it was then just indicative of what they could do, what they could provide for you too. Because even when you had some, you know, level of like money back. People bartered a lot still, right? And so, but to me, that just kind of sounds more like, especially because is it in a society as technologically advanced as the one we live in today?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that just sounds like corporatism to a large extent. Yes.
In what way?
Well, because
Define
think about it. Like, if your last name do you just have like whatever last name you have, or is it associated with what you're doing as like an indicator of?
You have whatever last name you have.
Okay.
So it's like if your last name is Baker, you don't have to become a baker.
Right. But it's
if
just
the bakers are known to typically be bakers, welders, something like that, and then you go over there and you're like, I want to be an optometrist. They're like, what is a baker
right.
doing here?
Well, see, okay, so think about it
Do they even read?
in terms of like today, right? You know people. There are people who are well known on like the international level, and then there are people who are well known on the national, and then state, and then local. Your local peeps, and so. If you didn't have any money and things were based off of just your level of notoriety and basically success, then that almost just sounds like it would be worse off for those who aren't as well known.
Unless the scarcity of the name does something. I don't know.
How would you market the scarcity of the name?
There's a world where there's only like a handful of Jacksons, for example. And it's like a controlled amount. And they're like, there's only 50 Jacksons at a time. And I heard that they have this and this and this and this.
Is it illegal for you to prescribe a different last name to someone, to like a child that you have that you do not have?
Yes. You can only get it through marriage. You could get it through like adoption, but you have to get it through.
You can't just be like, ooh, the Jacksons are rare.
No.
Sally, your last name is Jackson.
No, and if you did that and somebody found out about it, you'd go to jail.
For because it's like
identity theft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literal identity theft.
That's wild. But it doesn't matter if the last name's, because Birdsong's not too well, that's not a very used last name. But if there's not something attached to that, it doesn't mean anything that it's rare.
But you get to define it, And so what if off the strength of your name, maybe in this world, there may be some people who are like, I love a rare name.
Oh, wait. Okay, that's interesting because I guess to your point, does that mean that Smith, like the most common name?
Those Smiths are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, so it's
they'll include anybody.
Well, because let's say, because if there were a few well-known Smiths on the national level who owned major corporations and stuff, would there not be a way to differentiate them from other lesser-known Smiths since the name is so common?
Maybe they would be like, Smith, by way of... and then they'll be like, Smith, by way of Weston.
Like, is that the company's name, maybe? Or something?
No. So, like, if I'm Barbara Smith, and somebody would be like, Smith is an awfully common name. Do you have any more details? Well, my father used to be a Weston. A Weston, you say? Who married a Smith? Yes. So maybe now the Weston, I'm Smith by way of Weston. And so then they're like, well, okay. Versus like someone else is like, Smith, awfully common name. And they're like, yeah, my dad's name or my mom's name was Johnson. Johnson? Ugh.
Okay, but wait. So, but that's still notoriety based off of the parents' maiden name. What about... You
can go as far back as you need to prove your worth.
But what if your worth is in the name that you have and it's just a well-known name?
Or
a well-used name.
I think some people may just be like, oh, yeah, Smith, okay.
But what if then they say, oh, yeah, I own this company? Then it's a different kind of...
No, they would never say that.
Why not?
That's how they get... to own a company you don't own.
No, I'm saying they do.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that they're... Okay, on the national level, okay, there's a well-known family of Smiths, a subset of a
Smiths.
1% of like
Very
the
accomplished
Smiths.
Smiths, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so they want to be known for what they're making bukus of money. They're not just no average little Smith out here.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what's a way for them? Is there a way for them to differentiate themselves from the other lesser known Smiths, because there's so many of them, for them to have that notoriety based off that specific name?
Well, this is where I would see if there was a Smith and a Smith had the opportunity to marry a Birdsong. Birdsong is rare. It's a perfectly fine fellow. We will marry a Birdsong, so then we will now be the Smith.
You know what?
Smith Birdsong.
Here, I'm going to help you out. These Smiths don't want to get married.
No,
They-
you have to.
No.
Perpetuate the Smith
No.
name.
They don't want to. These
That's
Smiths don't want to.
Foolish.
They they also don't know the maiden names of any of their ancestors. Smith is all they know.
But to deny somebody that is very taboo.
they just don't
I said
know.
that in the beginning.
I know, but they just don't
That's not a thing.
know. Okay. I just...
Because how
I
else
just
did
wanna
they
know.
get the
Could
Smith name?
Could they... Okay.
They would have to know.
Okay.
This don't
Okay. No.
you're not listening.
No. You're
the
not
world.
listening. You're not listening. I want an answer.
Comment below. Who's not listening?
I just want to know. And if the answer is no, then that's fine. That's fine. But I just need to know, can a successful Smith add a suffix or a prefix or anything to their last name that, because let's say it was a Smith, let's say it was that generation of Smiths in this family that created this company, and like within the span of like 20 years of them living, it became like top 100, Fortune companies or whatever. And so, but whenever they go around and they say they're a Smith, people, they're like, oh, you're just a Smith? Ugh.
I think you
Is
could say...
is maybe the prefix the first name?
No, well, you can say my name. I mean, if you want to, if you would say like, my name is Christopher Smith, and then people would be like, oh, Christopher Smith, you started that business? Okay, yeah.
Well, there might be other Christopher Smiths too.
Well, I think the biggest distinguisher, what you could say is, I'm Christopher Smith from Rogers. And then people would be like, oh,
Okay.
that's Smith.
Okay, like Jesus of Nazareth.
Like Jesus of Nazareth, you're
Okay.
right. As opposed to Jesus of,
Mexico City.
yeah.
Jesus.
Because that's a different person.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then there is a way that you could.
Yeah.
Okay. So then.
But in their interest, in this situation, it would be useful for this person to distinguish. But other Smiths may not want to. They
No,
may-
right, because,
they
I mean,
wanna
they're just
ride
the
the power of the
nobodies.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, you could lie about where you were from.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't lie about your family name.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the question was, would I live there? Would I live in
Would
this
you
society?
live in this world?
No.
Would you take your chances?
No, because I don't think that, and it sounds like you made it think differently, but I don't think that the last name Birdsong, just because of its rare factor, would. I mean, I guess people would. I think the only benefit that I would really have there isn't as much like notoriety or success. I mean, maybe some like really well-known rich people with like a last name that really means something might invite me over to their party to say, oh yes, I had a Birdsong at my party last season, or something like that.
Yeah, there's probably somebody
there
who's
might
a
be-
rare
Yeah.
collector of names.
Yeah, so that might
Yeah.
be like a perk, and then there might be the perk of like having people want to marry those with rare names, just because it gives them like an extra boost.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so superficial.
This
so I don't
is
want that
all
either.
superficial.
Yeah, I know. So why? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think I would take my chances with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because wait a minute. Okay, because if there's no money and people are bartering, they're bartering just based off of like skills and resources they can cultivate, right?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you still do have the opportunity to earn your own sense of worth
Yes,
as Zach
right.
Birdsong.
Mm-hmm.
but somebody may or may not give you a chance off of Birdsong. Or like if you go to the store, they may be like, you know, oh yeah, okay, whatever. Versus like Birdsong, thief.
Yeah, you know, I don't like it. Because that would cultivate pressure too. Like, let's say that if I were to do something that would give the Birdsong name good grace, you know, then the pressure to retain that through future children, because just as a name can be brought up, it can be brought down. So there would be pressure for like the children to retain that, to keep it up, to kind of almost do like what they need to do to keep it where it is, which means likely at times doing things that I would not find to be morally correct. So
Depends on what kind of kids you raise.
yeah, but it sounds like, because by nature it's a superficial world based off of like names and how well you're known, that just seems to kind of be what you would need to do. Unless, I guess, you could cultivate a culture that prioritizes names that do well for others, or maybe there's a subset of people who are known for their last names in that way because they are looking out for the best interest of people. It sounds like a little more of like a superficial, family-oriented society. So no. Would you?
Yeah, I'd take my chances.
You take your chances. Interesting.
The Longs are pretty all right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Hicks are pretty, like, I feel like I don't know as much about the Long side of the family just because of I haven't really spent a lot of time with them. But, like, my mom's side of the family, I know a lot about them. And they have a very strong, like, and even them versus my maternal grandmother's last name, like, the family and the I guess I would say perception or reputation of the families are pretty strong. That I would take my chances. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd be all right.
So is the question more about if I would feel confident in taking my chances there, or if I'm also just okay with, like, because you're not really speaking to whether or not you're okay with like the implications of the world.
I would take my chances, but the implications of the world, I mean, I don't see it as any different from the world we're living in now.
Okay. Yeah.
Me personally.
It seems it's not much different. It just seems a bit more heavy.
It can be, but I think wealth, just financial wealth, is just as heavy, or can be just as heavy, in my opinion. Lots of expectations are put on people to maintain this, especially when you're talking about people who have built companies, and then their kids, and then the generations. Like, somebody's going to run that shit into the ground eventually.
Right.
So I don't think it's any different. So I would be like, honestly, I would prefer just not to live in any sort of systems like that.
Well,
this.
true.
But
yeah. And maybe it's just because it's just different enough where my mind is like, no, just because the answer is no to do it too.
I mean,
with any kind of scenario like that, right? But it is pretty, and that's what I was thinking at the beginning. Is like it just seems like, which is why it's interesting too, because it's so close together. But there might be some, minute differences that, but I think it's a no. I think it's a no.
Fair
Not because I don't have the faith in, because Birdsong is, not too well known. I think there are more Cassidys out there, but I'd be interested to see what that could look like. But I don't think I would do it.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You want me to say mine?
Your turn. Yep.
I don't have as much of a as you did.
Rude.
And also mine's a bit more like the world changes in this scenario, but not. It's more of like on the individual level.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I'm just prefacing.
Okay.
Prefacing. Yikes. Okay. You wake up one day, all right, and everyone you know has the opposite moral compass they previously had.
Okay.
So Kind people are rude, spiteful people are forgiving, etc. Your life is exactly the same as it is now, just everyone is flipped. Okay? So what do you do? Do you make new friends? Do you try to talk your way through to people to get them back to how you kind of like remember them, or get them onto your side or way of thinking? Or do you stay where you're at in life just in general with like what you're doing and everything? Or do you go off to do something else?
Well, my first question is, why am I the same,
You don't know.
but everyone else is different?
You don't know.
I think I would spend most of my time trying to figure that out.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'd be like, am I so...
And if there's anyone else like you, too,
Yeah,
right?
and if there's anyone else
yeah.
like me, of like, have you noticed this? And I think I would spend a lot of time trying to understand what happened. Which I guess says a lot about me. I like, before I even make any decisions about what to do with my life, I think I would just be sitting down with people. Like, once I noticed it was a phenomenon, I'm definitely starting a YouTube channel, and I'm interviewing as many people as I can. Do they remember how they used to be?
No. It's almost like, I guess maybe you could even say that you were just like plopped into an alternate reality where everyone is flipped
okay,
too.
so they don't even know. Okay.
Because it'd be interesting if they did, because then on your episodes with them and you're talking to them, they'd probably be like, oh yeah, I don't care. That dude was like a little, I want to say the B
Bing
word.
bong.
Yeah, he was a little bing bong. I like who I am now.
Yeah, I think I would just be very preoccupied. Even if I got plopped into an alternate reality, I would need to know, like, how did I get here? Like, what's going on? And
Who did this to me?
Yeah, I think I would be so concerned with the why that, and that's just my problem in life, that it would take me a second to be like, okay, how do I navigate this
Which
new
is interesting,
world?
because what would you do with the why? Like, let's say you found out the why and you found out the how too. Like, what would you try to go back?
Yeah, I would think I would try to reverse it, depending on what had happened.
Okay, now let's say that like as soon as you wake up and you start realizing things, there's just like, it's like a beam, not literally, but just like a beam of something, like information is just input into your brain. You know the why, you know the how, you can't do anything about it.
Okay. Yeah, so then I would, first of all,
So you're like, this is my life now.
cry my eyes out, probably, because that means I've just lost like so many things that have added value to my life. So first of all, I'm grieving. I'm mourning deeply.
That's fair.
The loss of so much joy.
Well, and then it's odd too, because your life is the exact same. So you're
Yeah.
around now and involved with people who are
Yeah.
like the complete opposite of the reasons that you decided to form relationships
Yeah.
with them
and like
and stuff.
different people are calling me now.
Yeah.
And like that's gonna be weird, because then now I have to retrain myself in terms of what I expect from them, right? And then my nervous system's gonna be so confused, because the people who triggered me no longer trigger me, and the people who make me feel safe are now harmful to me. So that's a lot. And then but then I would try to form definitely like relationships with people I previously couldn't have because of the personality differences, and just really see if I can get to know them better.
And you
And that would
probably find that
be-
interesting.
Yeah, I would
right,
find that
too.
very interesting.
So and then that comes into the other question too, is would you like try to not fix, but just kind of like see if you could build back what you had with some people, because this affects family too.
Well, I'm sure I would try initially, but if there was nothing, if I was beamed and told that there's nothing,
Well,
you
there's
can
nothing
do
you
about
can there's
it.
nothing you can do to like put everything back the way it was, but that's not to say that you can't, like, through just like normal ways in life, that you can't change people's
Yeah,
minds.
I definitely think I would try to change people's minds, because I think I'm like, well, now maybe we have the opportunity for it all to be good. So I'll try, at least for a little while, until I'm depressed because nothing's happening. And yeah, it sounds sad though. It sounds like bittersweet, very bittersweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be that that stage of
Oh no, I just can't. No. Because there's just some people, like my grandma, for example, all of a sudden she's mean and grouchy and critical and, you know.
Iroh wants to keep to himself.
It's okay. That doesn't bother me.
Iroh's her dog for people who don't know.
Nobody would be like, Iroh wants to keep to himself, but then Hefe's like really needy, and that would piss me off. Like, I don't, because what am I gonna stand in front of this tank all day? You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, well,
like,
you got to get like
no.
a purse tank type thing to
Oh
carry.
my
carry
gosh!
Hefe around
And
in.
then I mean, maybe that's fine because now I've created a new invention. I've always thought it'd be cool to put her in, if like the hamster balls, but they have air holes in them. And I always thought, what if they had a hamster ball, but it didn't have it, and it was just like filled with water, so that she could like walk around.
Right.
So then I think I would try to invent that then.
Yeah, you
for
could
her.
still today. You know what? Let's make that the first
For
thing.
frogs, maybe.
Yeah.
Salamanders, like just like a thing for other salamanders, non-water based ones, to like walk around and a portable aquarium or portable terrarium, in the sense that they can move around.
So the pets flipping would be fine. Yours,
Yes.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could make do
I
with
wouldn't,
that.
Yeah, I would be okay. No disrespect to Iroh, but it's okay. That's okay. But then he wouldn't. The flip side of that, though, is that he wouldn't be as gentle as he can be, and I wouldn't want that. So that's actually terrible.
Yep.
Yeah. He'd be less needy and more mean. So that's just not the world I want to live in.
He'd bite random children while you take them out for walks.
No, that's awful. No. Definitely we'd have to go to training. We'd have to fix it. That's not good at all. Yeah. What about you? Are you doing it?
You'd think that having come up with the question, I would have thought about it more for myself. I think I'd probably also be interested in the why, but I don't know if I'd seek it out as much because it would just seem so... like if it wasn't, if the information just wasn't given to me, to try and figure something universal like that out just seems like such a pie in the sky type thing. Like I just don't know how I would be able to, like where I would even start, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't, like, that's like trying to pursue, like, what's, like, string theory or whatever. Super pie in the sky.
Yeah. I guess maybe the difference is that with like physics and everything and math, that seems more tangible. And maybe it's just because just based off of our current understanding of the world, this kind of situation would just seem more mystical in nature, which I guess would also have its own level of like mathematical and physics level explanations and stuff. I mean that's really all it is. So maybe I would. I mean, I would definitely start talking to people and seeing if there was anybody else out there who it happened to and stuff.
Especially if you're now finding out you're in an alternate dimension.
Right.
Now you're like, well, what is that about?
Yeah. Well, oh, I think there was one part that you didn't talk about, which was, would you have done, or would you do something else? Would you up and leave and just like... Because
No, because I mean,
well, think about like your relationships at,
would I leave my job? Yeah.
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 Because basically everyone,
The people
you think everyone's
are what's
nice there,
keeping
and
me there.
now like everybody is
Yeah.
not, and so
Yeah,
and
I'm
so,
out of there.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
But you know what that means though is that means that a lot of the people who are really rich and who have power are now kind of looking out for people.
Yeah, but you know what this would also mean is that you would find out how good the world already really is. Because in my mind, like, all these people who are nice and patient and good. Now they're all grumpy, so I feel like I would just be walking around dealing with like negative, mean people all the time. Because I feel like the majority of my experiences are positive.
Are pleasant with people. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a really tough. Like I would have to go to like the worst place in the world.
Yeah.
Currently, whatever is the worst place in the world, like North Korea. I just have to move to North Korea.
Yeah, and you'd be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, because now it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess so. Because I would not want to be in an environment where everyone's awful,
Right.
and I think that's what would happen here
Mm-hmm.
in the States. Yeah,
That's
because I
fair.
think most people are good and well-meaning and
Mhm.
nice. Yeah,
Right. Maybe the Bahamas.
that's the worst place to go because I heard they're very nice
Oh, shoot. Well, never mind.
and very hospitable. So
I was just
feel
thinking
like,
of the beaches.
oh, beaches and B words.
No.
That's what you'd have now.
No.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
like
because
that's what
they're
it would
mean.
be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The two B's.
bees and bees.
But I would try to figure some stuff out. I don't know if I would I would first have to see how like everyone that used to be close to me in my life is acting now and how much I think I could do.
Yeah, Camilla like worries all the time.
Yeah, worries all the time, and then it's just
She talks
Rude.
incessantly.
yeah,
Yeah.
rude to me.
Rude, yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty,
God.
like a messy pigsty.
Oh man. That'd be a wild thing to see. Jeez. I can't even imagine that.
And she's deeply insecure.
Aw. Well now I'm sad. You know
You-
what?
you
I'd
have
stick
to
it
leave
out.
her.
No. I'd
Oh.
stick it out. I'd stick it out.
Good for you.
Yeah, because that makes me sad. I'm not letting that happen. No way, no how. I'd
And
basically.
she's ugly.
You're like, what'll it take for him to leave? And she's ugly. No, I'd still stay. I think I'd still stay. But with everyone else, I'd have to look and see what could be done, what seems plausible, what doesn't seem plausible.
In some cases, though, I think it'd be maybe people would have more confidence who don't have a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah,
or
but then if their values were flipped too, then it would be more confidence to do horrible
bad
things.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think, stemming off of that, do you think there is a relationship between how much confidence you have and how much you want to do good?
Wait, so are you saying like the more confidence you have, the more good you want to do, or the more good you're able to do?
I'm just asking you, do you think there's a relationship there or no?
But
between the two attributes.
between confidence and wanting to do good, a correlation?
Yeah.
Wanting to do good
Wanting to do good.
and confidence.
And not like good, like, oh, it's subjective, but like altruism.
Mm-hmm.
Like true altruism.
Mm-hmm. No. No. Because I feel like I've seen more people with confidence who don't do good than more people with confidence. Or like, I don't know, we had this whole discussion over good and bad the other day. I define it differently than you.
But I think, when I kept saying pro-social, antisocial, I think what I was trying to say, and that word didn't come to mind, is altruism.
Well,
Your level of that.
you can be a meanie bobini going throughout your day, but still be doing things for the betterment of humanity.
But doesn't being altruistic also include being kind in your interactions to others? Or no?
It can. I'm just trying to. So you're saying like full good, like
Yeah.
everything they do is good.
Yeah, they're
Oh yeah,
considerate and they're...
I don't think that's correlated with confidence.
So you think there's people who can be pretty low in their confidence and then be pretty great at just
I actually
a
think that
great
there's.
citizen of the world.
I think there's a in terms of just,
Altruism.
but not in scope. Like they don't have to be like trying to rise up and
No.
Okay,
They're
because that
just
would
like
be the confidence.
No, they just
part
go
of it.
through the world just.
I actually think that low confidence is correlated with, which I guess then it would be correlated because it could go either way. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I think people with low confidence are maybe more likely to be altruistic because in wanting to be good, you're going to be more self-conscious, I would assume, generally. I would say that if you are very confident in yourself, then that usually means that you don't, such so that you basically have all the confidence in the world, that coming from that, you don't think there's much about you that you need to change, and you're not consistently questioning yourself, your actions, your motives. So I think that leaves more room for doing things that aren't in the best interest of people.
Would you rather? Which one would you rather have?
Oh, I'd rather be altruistic and insecure. Yeah.
Same.
Mm-hmm. What would be the point? The other one would just be, I mean,
You do what you
material
want.
wealth, success.
You have
and-
everything you've ever wanted in your life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Except for being good.
They didn't want that.
Yeah, well, I guess
If
not.
if that's how it turned out, or maybe if they did, I don't know. Maybe there's a way to split the difference, but I think being confident in yourself doesn't mean you have to automatically want it at the expense of others. You know.
No.
Yeah.
No. But there has to be like a mix, because if I do think that's where if you're full on confident, it's going to be more difficult for you to be altruistic. I think you need to have a nice little healthy mix of
Both.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening, everybody, to our experimental episode. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Share thoughts.
Share your thoughts and catch the clips that are coming out. Catch them while they're hot. Get a oven mitt.
And check us out on Patreon. You can follow the link in any one of our bios through Spotify, Apple Music, or any of our social media.
Yes, I have to put it in my bio, and then that statement will be true. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Farewell.